Hello guys, and today will be a little bit different because as you can see here we have a massive Excel script here which shows how likely you are able to get the tanks from the new boxes. So if you ever wondered how are the percentage chances actually looking like, this is the video for you. The explanation of this is really simple. Basically you can see here there are the numbers of 1 to up to the 1000 here, and this means how many boxes are opened. So for example, you want to buy 25 boxes. You just go onto the number 25 and now you see some numbers. Basically what those numbers mean are the likelihood of unboxing at least this many tanks. So for example, we want to buy 25 boxes, but we don't know the chances of us unboxing at least one tank. And those are the chances. So for example, we have 45% of getting at least one tank after 25 boxes. And this is basically what this whole Excel means here. So for example, if you would buy 25 boxes, you have 12% chance of getting at least 2 tanks, because each column represents how likely you are to get at least this many tanks. So for example, in the third column in the G, so we have a 3 here. After 25 boxes, we have 2% chance of getting at least 3 vehicles. And the tanks that I'm talking about are those tanks, those 5 tanks. Of course, we have a separate Excel here about those lower tier tanks. As you can see in the card under the small tanks, there are also the percentage for the lower tier tanks. So for example, if you would buy 25 boxes and you would have unboxed all of them, you have a 95% chance of at least getting a 1 tank, but you have also 15.5% chance of getting at least 5 lower tiered premium tanks. So this is basically the whole spreadsheet for you. As I said earlier, it's up to 1000 boxes. I don't think somebody will buy that many. How are the percentage looking like? So for example, if you want to have high chances for getting all of the 5 new tanks, you need to buy around 160 boxes. Yeah, if you buy 160 boxes, you can see here, you have about 62% chances of getting at least 5 tanks. But if you want at least 4 tanks, we can see here that your chances are about 88.5%. On to the left here, we also see the expected value. So for example, after 25 boxes, on average, you should be getting 0.6 of a tank. That doesn't really mean much. But after, for example, if someone is crazy rich and he would unbox about 800 boxes, after all of them, you should get about 20.5 tanks. Also another thing that we have prepared here for you are the expected gold values. So as you can see here on this matrix, we have few of the columns here. The first being the gold, then premium days, then credits, big tanks, which are the 5 new tanks, the small tanks, which are the lower tier tanks, and the gold value, which isn't with credits and the premium days. So for example, if you unbox 25 boxes, you should get around 8,800 gold, about 18 premium days, and 1.5 million credits. So now, thanks to those 3 spreadsheets, you should be more aware how many chances do you actually have of getting tanks. Because I saw some players being upset after unboxing 25 boxes and they didn't got any tanks. As you can see here, your chances aren't that huge to get at least even one tank. You are less likely to get one tank than you may think you are. For example, bought 75 boxes, you should be getting a little over 2 tanks. We can see here that you have a 100% chance of getting one tank. You have about 73% chances of getting the 2 tanks. And then the chances are getting smaller and smaller, but still you have some chances as well. Now, if you want to know how those spreadsheets were made, basically my friend just wrote a program which simulated, I think, about 100 million outcomes, so that is why the percentage here aren't exactly the same as on the Wargaming website. So you can see here that for one tank we should be getting 2.4%, but it isn't the case. It is a little less than that, but this is because there wasn't an infinite number of simulations, but it should be close to the value. And also you may wonder why after opening 25 boxes you have only 45% of getting at least one tank. And this is because, as you can see here, you have also chances of getting 2, 3, 4 and more tanks. So that is why you don't have the 60% chances that you have the expected number here. So yeah, feel free to check this out. I think I will be able to post a link for those bases here. For example, if you want to buy 200 boxes, high likely you are at getting the number of tanks that you want. So yeah, that is basically the video. If you have any questions how those numbers are collected, feel free to ask them in the comments. I think that's very interesting thing to have here. And if you want to see something else, just write in the comment. Thank you for watching and see you next time.